I wanted to cover more, like Power Application, but that's in part 2 of the Android course. I hope you attend part 2 with me. We'll cover it in an hour or two in the Android course later. Quick note, we're continuing with mobile app creation. Here we're working on web and mobile. This program installs on Android, and you can create a blank app. Your app could be mobile, named anything. We'll work on that later, and you'll start creating your Android app here. We're going to cover this in the Android course. We're continuing with how to create a mobile application. We're working on both web and mobile. You can create a blank application. Your application could include PDFs, images, or use the camera for a chat program. Here, we're working on both web and mobile. This program will be installed on your Android. We'll work on that later. Your students can access this application. We can use all of that here. As you can see, you can create forms or galleries. Inside each screen, I can add text, labels, buttons, icons, and media. I can add images, a camera, videos, audio, and I can even add PDFs and all that stuff. Students can use this app with PDFs, images, or a camera for chats. We'll discuss more later. You can create forms, galleries, and screens with text, buttons, and media like images and PDFs. AI is available here, and we'll cover it later. Today, let's focus on settings and set a test time over 30 minutes. We can create forms or galleries later. I can create within screens. I can add text, labels, buttons, icons, media, images, camera, videos, audio, PDFs, and more. I can also use AI here, and we'll explore those topics later. Let's continue with settings, determining the time frame, which is crucial. I can set a test time over 30 minutes, depending on the number of questions. Based on question types, you can arrange them. To work on this, questions need to be in one section. This bar shows your remaining and completed time. AI can be used, and we'll explore those topics later. Today, determining the time frame is crucial. I set a test time over 30 minutes. It's just open now. 30 or 40 minutes, based on question count. Arrange by question type, questions in one section. This bar shows time left and completed. It shows 1 of 3, adding a bar. Next section shows 2 of 3 with timer. Timer should be set for 30 minutes, but it was removed. I can say 30 or 40 minutes. Arrange them accordingly. This bar shows your remaining time and progress. It's important. So during a preview, you'll see the time. If I go to the next section, it shows 2 out of 3 with our timer. Customize a final message. Thank you, dear participant. This test and all this is important. Look at this time. It tells you 1 out of 3. So it adds to you like a tape, so I don't tell it anything here. For example, here next in time, it tells you 2 out of 3 with our timer. But where is the timer? I'm supposed to tell it 30 and I removed it. But we're supposed to have a timer, so here's the timer, here's the timer. I changed it, but of course it's in the preview, not. I'm not really that interested in it. So here, when I submit, I won't make anything hidden. No, we won't hide anything here. You can customize a final message thanking them, saying, thank you, dear participant. In Arabic, I'm saying, thank you, dear participant. Of course, this test and all this stuff is important. You can click on your test link and copy the link for this form. I can also create a barcode, so for those who have mobile phones, let me grab my phone as well and try to see where the camera is. I accidentally deleted it, but that's the idea. I'm not really that interested in it. Now, I'm holding my phone and I got the barcode. I scanned it and I got the form. I have the form on my phone and it's loading. You can use this barcode to send it to your students. The important thing is that there's a barcode you can use. I don't want it to ask me questions like that. It puts me in an awkward position. I want the form to collect data, so let's try again. I am holding the mobile now. I got the barcode, I scanned the world, I got the form, and the form is now with me. For example, on my mobile, I have loading, meaning you can use yours to send this barcode to your students, but it asked me here for an email or a phone to enter me, meaning this mobile is a different mobile than the mobile that you have to install WhatsApp to sell. But the important thing here is a barcode that you can use. As for the record name, I can share the record name here and allow anyone with this barcode to access it. But I don't want it to ask me questions like that. It puts me in an awkward position. I want the form to collect data, so let's try that again. After I carefully removed this crucial piece of data from him, ensuring that all necessary protocols were followed to maintain confidentiality and integrity, I proceeded to inform him about the first and most important step he needed to take. This step was not just a simple action, but a comprehensive plan that required careful consideration and strategic thinking. I explained to him in detail the various components involved, the potential challenges he might face, and the resources available to assist him. It was essential for him to understand the significance of this initial step, as it would lay the foundation for all subsequent actions. Pay attention now and check the blackboard. Look at the beauty of it. See why I'm doing this? Come to the first unit. There's a unit end test. You create an element, and it doesn't kick me out or anything. The blackboard is the last thing, and I'll just leave it as an element. Imagine this is a test. This is the blackboard, and it's coming from the form, and it's coming in the barcode. I say save here, and it should be loading. Of course, I don't care if it's working or not. They told me at the university that it wasn't working today and yesterday because we couldn't gather the students' data. Just come here, the form is supposed to be working. It tells you to go to the technical support and say that this form is like this, and we should see where the problem is. It means we might still have an issue, but this is the link, and you can copy the link. This means that the embed and copy link and all these things are fine, and I can also print my form. You can print all this if you want, but I have published the topic and I have my data here. Just check if there are any additional problems we have. You can feel free to do whatever you want inside the form. Everything is fine here. Now this is your issue. You can decide whether to make it a barcode or take an embed code or invite. So let's try to invite. Let's take a moment to print out all of this information. You have the option to have it printed if that is your preference. However, I would like to take this opportunity to introduce the topic to you. I have initiated the discussion, and now I am prepared to delve deeper into the subject matter. We can explore the various aspects and nuances of the topic, ensuring that we cover all the relevant points. And that's it. I have my data here. Now you just need to find a solution if we have any additional problems. You can feel free to do whatever you want inside the form. Everything is fine here. Now this is your issue. You can decide whether to make it a barcode, take an embed code, or invite someone. So let's try to invite. Let's try to bring in one of our colleagues. These are the people with me. I know them, but unfortunately, none of them are in the training. So I'll add myself, for example. The important thing is the people I can add here. Come on, let's try to bring down one of the colleagues, a group like this. These are the people I'm with. I know them, but unfortunately, none of them are in training. So let's add myself, for example. I mean, you know, the really important thing is truly the people I can add here. People are specified by their emails. Let's try to add an email. Here, for example, we'll just add the same one. But the important thing is that we can actually add people and send them this test. Okay? Religion doesn't care, so there's no problem with that. Okay? The barcode and embed code. Place the link on the blackboard. We've covered all tools and Microsoft. We'll cover Power Apps. That means you can put the link on the flashboard, just like you put a test here. You can also put a clinic here and see how things are going, right? So now we have taken a bundle of all Walk'nSoft tools. All Microsoft tools, but we haven't done 100% of the team yet. Remember, we'll cover Power Apps. For the Android course, I'll check now. It's not today, it's on the 5th and 6th, focusing on e-learning strategies for smart devices. It's 2 days, 8 hours total. We'll cover Power Apps. In the Android course, I don't remember when the Android course is, but I'll check so that I can give you the details. The Android course is not today. It's on the strategy for e-learning for smart devices on the 5th and 6th. And it's 2 days, 8 hours. It's the last course. We'll have one of those days in the middle of the day to cover Power Apps to create an Android program used on mobile phones and devices. Thank you. And I look forward to seeing you in the upcoming Android course to continue with Microsoft applications. We'll cover the part about forms and surveys. And on the the 5th and 6th, it's 2 days, approximately 8 hours in total. I hope you all can please attend. This is the last important course. On one of those days, not both, we'll kindly have a session in the middle of the day to cover Power Apps so that we can create an Android program. It can be used with mobile phones and devices. Thank you very much, and I look forward to seeing you in the upcoming Android course so we can continue with Microsoft applications. And for those who attended with me before, we'll cover the part about forms and surveys in Android programs. Thank you, and allow me to stop recording the session, hoping that we will meet again soon, God willing. Peace be upon you and God's mercy and blessings.